The Voron Fleet Admiral stared at the message displayed across the command center's main view screen. A simple text transmission, untraceable in the standard galactic common language. The Admiral's outer membrane pulsed with a mixture of contempt and amusement. Is this all they sent? No pleas for mercy, no desperate negotiations. The Admiral's voice resonated through the chamber, causing subordinates to flinch. Commander Tull approached cautiously. Yes, Admiral. This appears to be their only response to our ultimatum. The message was brief. Asterisk, you opted for conflict. Allow us to demonstrate our methods. Asterisk. The Admiral's dismissive gesture sent ripples across their gelatinous form. Typical human bravado. They face extinction, yet maintain this facade of strength. The Voron Collective had expanded across 3 spiral arms of the galaxy over millennia, absorbing or eradicating all sentient species they encountered. Each new civilization added biological and technological uniqueness to their collective consciousness. Humans were merely the latest obstacle, a young, brash species that had rejected assimilation and dared to claim their corner of space as sovereign territory. Commence the final attack sequence, ordered the Admiral. Their Sol system will be our newest acquisition by the end of this cycle. Aboard the Earth Defense Command Station *Resilience*, General Marcus Thompson watched grimly as the Voron Armada approached. The station hung in high orbit above Earth, humanity's last line of defense. All Contingency Zero protocols active, sir, reported Lieutenant Anna Wilson. The message was delivered. Marcus nodded, his weathered face betraying no emotion, and their response. None, sir. They've continued their advance. The general wasn't surprised. The Vorons had never bothered with diplomacy in their 10,000-year history of conquest. When they appeared at the edge of human space 3 years ago, Earth's United Nations had attempted peaceful contact. The aliens responded by obliterating the outer colonies, absorbing their technologies and resources. Status of Operation Firewall, Marcus asked. Commander James Lee approached with the tablet. All systems green, sir. The entirety of human consciousness has been uploaded to the quantum network. The transports carrying the database copies are safely beyond the heliosphere on divergent trajectories. Marcus allowed himself a small smile. The demonstration protocol? Armed and ready, General. Very good. Marcus straightened his uniform. It's time to show them our methods. The Voron attack began with precision. Their bioships, each the size of a small moon, positioned themselves around Earth in a perfect geometric pattern. The Admiral watched with satisfaction as energy readings from the human defenses flickered and failed under their assault. They're barely putting up a fight, remarked Commander Tull. Our preliminary scans show minimal orbital defense systems and no evidence of the rumored superweapon. The Admiral's central ocular cavity narrowed. Curious. Their reputation suggested greater resistance. Perhaps the rumors of human ingenuity were exaggerated, offered Tull. Perhaps. The Admiral didn't sound convinced. Launch the absorption pods. Begin with their command station. On the *Resilience*, alarms sounded as Voron boarding craft attached themselves to the hull. They've breached sectors 3 through 7, reported Anna, her voice steady despite the chaos. Marcus stood calmly at the center of the command deck, right on schedule. The station's remaining crew worked with practiced efficiency, ignoring the sounds of the aliens breaking through. They'd all volunteered for this final mission, knowing there would be no evacuation. Demonstration protocol activation sequence initiated, announced James. 30 seconds to completion. Marcus nodded to his crew. It has been an honor serving with each of you. What we do today ensures humanity's future among the stars. The command center doors melted under alien bioweapons, and the first Voron soldiers poured through, amorphous beings encased in living armor that pulsed with unnatural energy. Marcus turned to face them, shoulders square. Welcome aboard. In his flagship, the Admiral felt a momentary unease. Why aren't they resisting? Scan their planetary defense systems again. Tull performed the scan, then froze. Admiral, I'm detecting unusual quantum fluctuations throughout their solar system. The readings are impossible. Explain, demanded the Admiral. The entire system appears to be. The Admiral never heard the end of that sentence. Across the Voran fleet, every ship simultaneously reported the same phenomenon, a cascading wave of quantum disruption spreading at impossible speeds through spacetime itself. The Admiral watched in horror as his flagship began to disintegrate at the molecular level. Not destroyed. Unmade asterisk. The effects spread through the bioships like a cancer, turning their living technology against itself. What is this? The Admiral's voice rose in pitch as parts of their own body began to dissolve. What have they done? Humanity had discovered something the Vorans, for all their conquests, had never encountered. The ability to manipulate the fundamental fabric of reality itself, not through brute force, but through elegant mathematics and quantum engineering. The demonstration protocol wasn't a weapon in any conventional sense. It was a localized rewriting of physical laws, a controlled unraveling of reality's rule set within the solar system. As the last human consciousness was safely backed up and evacuated, Earth's defenders had activated a process that would make their solar system permanently uninhabitable to Voran biology. The protocol wouldn't destroy the aliens. It would simply make it impossible for their molecular structure to maintain cohesion in this pocket of altered spacetime. 1 month later, the surviving Voran High Command received another untraceable message. This was a demonstration, not an extinction. You may keep your empire. We have no interest in conquest. However, approach any human settlement again, and we will not limit our methods to a single star system. The message included coordinates to thousands of human colony ships already establishing themselves across the galaxy. The Vorans, for the first time in their long history, understood fear. They had encountered a species that didn't fight according to known rules of war, a species that, when faced with overwhelming force, simply changed the game entirely. They would never admit it openly, but the Voran High Command made a unanimous decision that day. Humanity would be the first and only species marked as do not engage in their 10,000-year history of conquest. Sometimes, the most terrifying response to conflict isn't escalation, but innovation.